Right, let's start today's session. This is the second demo session of Python full stack development, right? So yesterday we started with the full stack development introduction. So in yesterday's session, I discussed just a basic introduction of Python full stack development subjects, like what is Python and what is Django, REST API, Flask, and UI basics, SQLite3, and MySQL. So only the subject introduction we discussed in the last lecture. Who are new to this session, okay, if you feel this is your first session means, I strongly recommend to watch the first demo lecture video in the DURGASOFT YouTube channel. So for that, our team will send at the end of the session, after completion of this demo lecture, DurgaSoft team will send the demo link also. You can click on that link. So I request you to watch the first video which I conducted in the last lecture. Okay. So I discussed in the last lecture just full stack development subject introduction, means Python. It's a programming language which is used to write coding part for the application development. And then Django, it is a framework. It's not a programming language. So it is used to develop web applications. So the application which will provide the services over the web or internet is called web application. So in Python full stack development, if you want to develop web applications, compulsory we need to use a framework called Django. But before going to start development of web applications using Django, you must and should learn Python, because Django is a Python-based web development framework, I said. It is completely written in Python language only. And after learning of Django, then REST API is another subject. It is also framework. I said REST means representational state transfer. API means application programming interface. So REST API is another framework, especially which is used to generate APIs for the web application. So API is a software tool which enable the web application to communicate with other application. So this API can be enable our Django application to communicate with other application. That's what APIs generating are important in Django web application purpose. So I said REST API is a framework which is used to generate the APIs for web applications only. In real time, the APIs will play the important role, especially one web application need to be communicate with other applications for sending request and getting response from that. So that is API will play the important role. In general, in real time, whenever you do transactions over the online, so the current application through when we do transaction, then that transaction request goes to other target applications. So both applications should interact with them. So that is intermediary software is required. That is API tool only. So if you want to learn REST API, Python and Django both subjects are required. So then Flask is another framework. I said it is also a framework which is used to develop single page web applications. And Flask is also a Python based micro framework which is used to write microservices programming. And using Flask, we can develop single page or small scale applications. But for medium scale and large scale application development purpose, I recommend Django framework. And in full stack development, two areas you must and should have the knowledge, that is front end development as well as back end development. So in the back end development, the language will be there, that is Python. Frameworks also there, Django, REST API, Flask, and the database tools SQLite3 and MySQL. So all under comes into back-end development. For front-end development purpose only, we are going to focus UI technologies, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, Bootstrap. So this is what just briefly I explained today, what I discussed in the last lecture. For more clarity, I request you to watch my first video yesterday, what I conduct the demo session. So this is the second demo session I'm going to start. As I said in the last lecture, no matter if you are moving towards full stack development or only Python development, no matter it is, for all of them, I should concentrate first Python only for first 45 days to 50 working days. So because without having knowledge of Python, you cannot be able to move towards next subjects like frameworks, Django, REST API, and other subjects, right? So that's what all you must and should learn Python first. After that, you have to go for other subjects. So even I said, based on your requirement, you have to choose whether you want to go with only Python or full stack development of Python. I said clearly in my demo lecture in the last lecture, who are looking for artificial intelligence like AI, data science, data analytics, okay, AWS, DevOps, this area, if you are looking, then for you, Python is only enough. Or if you want to become a complete full stack developer with Python, go for all the subjects which I explained, like 3 frameworks and 1 language Python, and then database tools also, along with UI designing. So let's start with Python introduction now. So from now onwards, my focus is completely on Python only with the programming and all. So once you good at Python, then we will start development of Django websites. So I said already 2 to 3 projects I am going to design and develop in the classroom, in the class only. So that project you can claim in your resume that you have a coding skills. So now let's begin with Python. I said Python is a programming language, right? So what is the use of this language means you can use for writing. Please mute your audio. Someone switch on your audio. Please mute your audio, Mr. Anil Kumar. I'm noticing that you have switch on your audio. That's what echo is going to be spread. Please mute your audio. That's fine. Now I said Python is a programming language, right? So which is used to write coding part for the application development. Fine. Then what type of language it is? Python is a general purpose programming language. General purpose programming language. What is the meaning of general purpose here? So if any programming language is called general purpose means using that language, we can develop any type of applications like web applications, network applications, data science applications, and embedded programming, MATLAB programming, scientific applications, okay, and artificial intelligence applications and gaming applications and many more. So Python is designed for not to develop specific kind of applications, right? Python is designed for general application development. Any type of application development is possible with the language called Python. That's what we can call it as. It is a general purpose language. Next, Python is a high level programming language. Yes, high level programming language. What is the meaning of high level programming language here? See, sir, if any programming language is called high level means all the low level activities by default it will be taking care because it is high level language. So it's a human readable language which easily understandable and easy to debug the code. So high level languages, internal activities, we cannot write the logic. For internal activities means what? For example, when we write the code, when we start execution, immediately we'll get the output, right? We will see the output on the screen. But internally behind the scenes, there are a lot of things can be takes place. Like your code is required some memory. So memory allotment purpose, Python automatically have the garbage collector assistant. That garbage collector will allocate memory. Whenever it is not required, deallocation memory also possible. So these are all internal activities. All the low level activities will taken care by Python only, just because it is a high level language. So high level language means every programming language, if it is high level, internal activities by default Python only will taking care. We need not to contribute any logic from our end. Okay, internally it will take care. So high level language Python means low-level activities will taken care by default in Python only. As a programmer, you need not to concentrate to write logic part for the low-level activities or internal activities. Next, Python is interpreted programming language. Yes, here I need to discuss what is the main difference between compiler-based programming languages and then interpreted-based programming languages. Yes, I'm telling you Python is an interpreted-based programming language, right? Now, what is a compiler-based languages? C language, C++, Java, C Sharp.NET, these are all compiler-based languages. And when it comes to Python, Python is a interpreted-based programming language. Very simple, sir, to understand. So if any number of lines of code if you write, for example, in C, C++, Java, C Sharp.NET, if I write some few lines of logic, for example, 10 lines of logic code I have written, right? 10 lines of logic code is there. But in this 10 lines of logic code of program, especially in these languages, so whenever I start execution, whole number of lines means how many number of lines of code I have written, whole program at a time will check and execute. That means these are the compiler based. So after whole program checking any number of errors, like 2 errors, 3 errors, or n number of errors, that many errors will disclose in the error window. So this is compiler based languages. But I'm saying that Python is what type of language? Interpreted language, right? Interpreted means what? Even though if I write 10 lines of logic or more lines of logic in Python programming, once I begin the execution of Python program, then the code will check line by line, not whole program at a time will check. It will check line by line and execute just because of interpreter. Interpreter means how many number of lines of code you write in Python. So code will check line by line only. Okay, that is interpreted programming language. So one by one line code will check and execute. That's what in Python programming, you never seen the number of errors in the error window. You will always see only one error at once. For example, in interpretation, first line of the code, if there is no error, that will execute and it will move towards next line. For example, in the next line, if there is an error, immediately Python interpreter will stop the execution and that line error only will show in the error window. You will see only one error at once in Python programming. But in Java, .NET or C++, we will see multiple number of errors in the error window, right? Because these are the compiler languages. Whole program at a time will check. After checking complete program, how many lines of code you have written. In that lines, if no errors, then ready to execute. If how many errors are there, suppose if 20 errors, 10 errors, all the errors will display in the error window. But in Python, even though your program is having number of errors, in the first what line first error occurrence, that line error only will display to you. You have to focus on that line error only and move towards next lines only. So line by line code check and execution process will be there in Python just because of it is interpreted. And other languages all compiler based, whole program at a time will check and execute. So this is the just basic difference between compiler and interpreted. But Python is an interpreted language. Okay. So next, Python is a dynamically typed programming language. What is dynamically typed? What is the meaning of dynamically exactly? Let me give the clarity here. So I'm saying that these are statically typed programming language. The languages which are already existed like C, C++, Java, C Sharp, .NET are statically typed. But I am saying that Python is a dynamically typed programming language, right? What is the meaning of dynamically typed? Very simple. Statically typed means during the program writing time, whereas dynamically typed means during the program execution time. Just common difference, just understand the difference first. So the languages C, C++, Java, C Sharp, .NET are statically typed languages. What is the meaning of statically typed means during the writing time only, program writing time. That is statically typed. And dynamically typed means during the program execution time while running the program, that is dynamically. Okay. Fine. So let me give more clarity. So in C, C++, Java, C Sharp, .NET, if programmer wants to declare any variable, the common syntax what they follow means this is the syntax. Okay. So data type. First they mention data type. Then after that they mention variable name equals to operator value semicolon. So this is the common syntax in any language like C language, C++, Java, .NET. And data type integer. Variable name is A, value is 100. So this is quite common. So this is called statically typed, I'm saying. So the programming languages, especially these are while writing the code in C, C++, Java, .NET, as a programmer, you should decide the data type of the variable during the program writing time only. Based upon the value, which data type is suitable for your variable name A, that data type you must mention. For suppose if I mention string here, the data type, it will give error, compilation errors. And if I give character here, it will give error. So the data types are very particular in which languages? These languages. During the program writing time only, you must and should specify the data types correctly. If you not specify the correct data type, then it will give error. So you have to be very particular in these languages because priorly we have to decide the data type of the variable in these languages because these are statically typed. So based upon the value, data type should decide by the programmer during the program writing time only. Okay, so programmer should have already the prior knowledge of data types in these languages. What are the data types are there? Each data type for what purpose we should use and which value is suitable for which data type you must and should aware. Otherwise, there is a problem in especially these languages because of these are statically typed language. Statically typed means while writing the program only, you should decide the data type of the variable. But in Python, it's not like that. Python is a user-friendly language. Look at this. It's a dynamically typed language, right? Dynamically typed language means what? During the program execution time or runtime, automatically data type will decide by Python only. So you need not to concentrate as a Python programmer much more about data types. Let me show you the syntax to declare variable in Python. So here variable name, simply you can go for directly variable name equals to value. Even semicolon is also not required. Example, variable name is A, value is 100. That's it. So this is very straightforward, right? Python is completely straightforward syntax. It's having straightforward syntax and no need to specify any data type here before a declaration. The reason is it's a dynamically typed language. What is the meaning of dynamically typed? During the program execution, based upon the value what we assign to the variable, automatically this variable will get data type from Python only. So Python will decide the data type dynamically means runtime only for the variable a based upon the value. Suppose here a equals to 100, right? Python will decide for a is what data type? Integer type. If I mention 10.8, Python will decide based upon the value what data type for the a means float type. If I decide like for example, I'm giving the name, these are the group of characters string, then automatically Python can understand this type and it will assign the string data type for the variable a only. So it's all about dynamically typed language. So let me give the clarity with the simple programming. So let me open a Python editor like ideally. So don't worry about this editor. In the tomorrow lecture, I'll show you completely Python setup step by step by following each steps in detail. How to download Python software and for downloading purpose where we should reach and which version of Python software need to be downloaded and installed step by step clearly. I'll explain, don't worry. For time being, I am opening this editor tool ideally of Python integrated development learning environment just for showing the data type declaration purpose. Now look at this. This is the Python ideally software where we can able to write the code and execute, but we will not follow this ideally because there are several ways to write Python programming and executing. So I'll tell you in the tomorrow session clearly step-by-step installation procedure. After installation procedure is over, I'll also discuss clearly how many possible ways to write Python program and execute. Finally, which is the best editor to learn Python at beginning level. I'll discuss and I'll launch that editor, and throughout our section or throughout our lectures, I'm going to use that editor only. The editor name is called PyCharm editor. Okay, but before using PyCharm editor, I must say all the possibilities to execute Python program. So one of the option I'm showing, so just ideally software I'm opening, just because to show that Python, is it possible to declare data type or not? Look at this. This is the invalid syntax. Why? Because just now I said Python is a dynamically typed programming language, right? But you are mentioning the data type here. From the programmer only, I'm giving like integer data type. It's not required. So in other languages, they must decide the data type integer or float or string or character based on the value. Because the other languages are statically typed languages. Programmer must and should have idea about the data type. So otherwise they don't get output properly. But here when I press enter, you can see the syntax error we got because it's an invalid syntax. In Python, you need not to specify any data type here explicitly. So because it's a dynamically typed language, suppose a equals to 10 or 100, it's valid syntax. See, when I type a and press enter, we got the output. Or else you can use print function also, but in this current editor, like ideally, using print option is optional, not compulsory. So print 100 also came. But if you want to know, just for your curiosity, so I want to know, sir, what type of data type is assigned my variable means, simply you can mention type of A, you will get data type integer. So Python decides your variable data type is what type? Integer type. Okay. For suppose here A variable value 45.6 and then print A. And if you want to know the type of A, it's a float type only. So I'm not deciding float or integer or character or something. Python only decide the data type internally. Just for your curiosity, just I'm applying type of A. Type is a built-in function to know the data type of the variable A. So it's a user friendly actually. You need not to focus much more on data types. What data type should I use for which variable or which value? No need to think much more about in Python because it's a dynamically typed language, user friendly. But in other languages, you must and should carefully use the data type. If you mention wrong data type, that leads to error. But in Python, only focus on the variable name and the value. What value do you want? You can assign it. Remaining thing will take care Python only here. It's a user-friendly, dynamically typed programming language it is. Okay. And finally, Python is a case-sensitive programming language, sir. Yes, case-sensitive programming language. So this is why what type of language it is, Python. So general purpose, high level, interpreted, dynamically typed, and then case sensitive programming language. So what is a case sensitive means? Cases are very particular, sir. So in Python language, for example, if I declare the variable a 100, if I want to access this variable, I can print a small letter only. Correct. Value we are getting. In case when we try to print capital letter A, will it come? No, it's not possible. The name error you will get. Look at this. The name error, the name A is not defined. You define the lowercase character A variable name, but you are trying to print capital letter A. That's not possible. So names are very particular. Lowercase or uppercase, you have to be concentrate much more on it. Okay. So Python is a programming language which is used to write coding part for the application development. So what type of language it is? General purpose means using Python, we can build any type of applications like web applications, gaming applications, network-based applications, database applications, data science applications, AI, ML, DevOps, AWS, and more. And high level programming language it is, means all the low level activities like memory management, okay, error handling, exception handling mechanisms will take care internally by Python itself only. It is an interpreted language, means no matter how many lines of code you have written in Python programming, one by one line code will check and execute. And dynamically typed means during the program execution only, the data type of the variables will be decided. So based upon the value only. You need not to specify any data type from your side. And case sensitive means names are very particular, lowercase and uppercase, variable names, function names or class names, how the way you provide the names, same way how to access it. So this is what type of how Python is, what type of language it is. General purpose, high level, interpreted dynamically and case sensitive language. Fine. Now coming to the point. Why Python actually? So as I said that Python is used to develop applications. That is not I am asking. Why not other languages? Why we focus only Python? And many of them are focusing on Python nowadays. Or why many of the people are moving towards around Python only? The reason is Python is having huge standard library. Okay. So Python provides a huge standard library. Yes, just because of this only, people are moving around Python. So they can fulfill their requirements easily by using the standard libraries which will come from Python area. The moment when we download and install Python software, you will be able to get the lot of libraries. So all the libraries are having built-in code or built-in implementation. But these libraries are nothing but ready-made resources. So once you have these libraries, any type of application easily we can implement without putting much more efforts because all the ready-made resources are coming along with Python installation. That's just as a Python developer, you must know how to use these libraries according to your requirement. For suppose I am a data science programmer. I want to implement data analysis programming or data visualization programming. Then how I can simplify my logic means because Python offer us to implement my data science application, there are plenty of libraries are there like pandas, matplotlib, okay, NumPy. These are the libraries, very most popular libraries for data analysis programming. Even in our curriculum, I am going to explain NumPy, pandas, matplotlib also. Okay, in advanced Python programming. So suppose you are the network programmer. All network related libraries also will be provided by Python only. And suppose you are the embedded programming. All embedded programming libraries are there. MATLAB library is also there. So no matter which type of application do you want to develop, that related application libraries are there in Python. That's what Python became a popular language. Okay, so you might heard that. So if you go for AI or if you want to go for AWS or DevOps or data science or ML, machine learning, deep learning, what they suggest you to learn, first you can go and learn Python, they'll say. Why don't they say first go and learn Java or first go and learn C Sharp .NET or C++? Because the power of Python is like that only. So the only one language which will provide the rapid libraries will provide in all the application area, that is Python. So just because of this is having huge standard libraries, so Python became a popular language. It's not just because it's an easy language when compared to other languages. No, just because of it is easy language, simple syntaxes and straightforward programming. So just because of this reason, it's not became a popular language. Undoubtedly, I can agree. Along apart from compared to other languages like C language, C++, Java, .NET, syntactically Python is a straightforward and understanding point of view. It's very easy. Everybody can understand, everybody can survive easily in real time after getting a job. When compared to other, it's a very simple and straightforward language. But how it became a popular language just because of not easy language. It's having huge standard libraries. These libraries through the programmers or clients can get lot of benefits because once they starts development of application with Python, and they can quickly build their application without wasting their time, and cost of the project development also will be reduced. Okay, within the quick span of time we can implement using Python libraries only. That's what Python we are going to use in reality. Okay, it's provide huge standard library. And then who invented Python? Python was designed Python was designed and developed by Guido van Rossum. He's the first person who invented Python. Guido van Rossum in the year of in the year of in the year of 1989. And the first version of Python, first version of Python was in the year of released in the year of 1991. Okay, 1991. And what are the basic versions? Okay. And before going to discuss about the basic versions of Python, so why name called Python only? Okay. So what is the story behind the name of Python? See, the author Guido van Rossum, when he decided to start writing script of his programming language like Python, there was a TV show, okay, with the name Monty Python's Flying Circus Show. Okay, the Monty Python Flying Circus Show, which was broadcasted in BBC channel. Okay, this is the show name. There was a TV show with the name Monty Python's Flying Circus Show, which was very much popular, fun show in the 90s, 80s, 1990s. So Guido van Rossum so also used to read the show articles. So he decided that just for a different name of his programming language. So hence he named it Python only for his programming language. So that's the reason we are calling it as Python only. So author, the name that finally the Python name was derived from a TV show, which was very popular fun show in the 90s. So that's what author decided. So he has given working title of his programming language called Python only. Okay. So this is the small story. And then first version of Python was released in the year of 1991. But the versions, what are the main versions? Let me show you. Many articles you might seen the version number 1 only, but not that is. First version is 0.9.0. Later, from 1 onwards, they started 1.x, 2.x, 3.x. Observe here. So these are the versions of Python. And this is the first version. But remember, even though the author Guido van Rossum, he invented Python in the first initial stage, but later they formed a group of foundation that is called Python Software Foundation. So PSF. Right now, complete Python is maintained by this foundation of people only. It's a group of people, it's a community, Python Software Foundation community. And this community people are maintaining right now Python and any updations like major and minor versions so released from this software foundation only. And PSF Python software foundation people, they stop the support for 0 version and 1 version. So that's what we notice while reaching official website of Python like www.python.org. You will find the version numbers from 1 onwards, sorry, 2 onwards, not 1. Because PSF people, they literally stopped the support for 0 version and 1 version. They were recommended to use 2 above versions. But right now we are in 3rd version actually. Here I'm just putting the X here because of there are plenty of subversions are there like 1.1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, 2.0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, 3.1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. If you want to know the latest version, python.org, you can feel free to visit. So this is the official website of Python. Let's visit now, python.org. And there is a download option. You can see this. This is the download option. So this is the official website of Python. And even tomorrow, once we start download and installation procedure you have to do from this official website only. Okay, so click on the download and look at this. The latest version is Python 3.13.5. This is the latest. Okay, if you want to see more versions, slowly scroll down. There are so many versions releases are there. Which version do you want to include in your system? You can click on that and download it. So there are plenty of subversions also there. You can able to watch in this list only. 3.12, 3.11, 3.8, 3.9, 3.7, 3.5, 3.6. All versions are available, including subversions. Look at this major and minor versions. But notice this, in this drop down list, you will not see any two below version and one above version like that. 1.1, no. Look at this 2.0 onwards they started. The reason is why. So Python Software Foundation completely stopped the support for 0 version and 1 version. They don't recommend to use this 0 and 1. They are asking to use 2 above. Then if any problem in real-time organizations, they'll give support for them. So that's what we are not noticing in the list of Python versions in the official website. We never notice like 1 version and 0 version. And the latest version is 3.13.5. But for your kind information, it's not a stable version, right? So stable version means still the company people or organizations who are developing the Python software applications, still what they are using means 3.9 or 3.10. That are the stable versions continuously they are using. But it is a latest version means recently released a few days back only, not even few months back. I'm saying that few days back only, because regularly I used to visit this website for every batch installation procedure. When I noticed that sometimes 3.1, 3.1, 2, 3, 4, and minor versions will be keep on updating for every 15 days. Even after 1 month, if you see, you might observe here 3.1, 3.6 also. So that's what we don't have any much more changes, major version and minor changes only will be there because versioning is going to be keep on change. And moreover, Python is completely free software. So you need not to do any license for getting a Python software. So officially you can visit the official website www.python.org and download Python 3.1, 3.5, whichever you want, and you can install it. I'll tell you in the tomorrow session clearly, step-by-step installation procedure with clear picture. No need to worry about that. Okay, fine. And coming to the point, it is completely cross-platform based. Python is cross-platform. Means what? Python will work on Windows and Unix or Linux and Mac OS and other operating system. You can feel free to download and install in any platform what configuration you have. And it's an open source. The source code of Python is completely open and you have a documentation section. Do you want to go with beginner's guide, developer's guide, everything? It will be there in the official website only. But in the initial stage of learning of Python, you may not understand when we reach to this documentation. That's what here as a trainer, I'm here to simplify the things and keep in front of you all the stuff. So if you have once knowledge of Python, once you get knowledge from Python, so easily we can able to understand by reading this documentation and articles and all. So this is official website of Python. This is the version history only, sir, actually. Okay. So I'm not doing any changes here because already in my computer, the version is there. So tomorrow I'll do what? I'll visit this website and download it and show you step-by-step installation procedure. But before that, what you need to do is simply already in your laptop or desktop, if you have already Python software, how to check whether Python software installed or not in your machine means very simple. Just simply go to command prompt or open command prompt. Okay, I'm giving this instruction. Just open the command prompt and then type simple command like Python space hyphen hyphen version you can type. So this is just a checking process whether Python already installed or not in your machine. If it is installed already, which version of Python was there? So if you will come to know that. So if you
don't have Python software in your computer right now, immediately you will get clear message Python was not found or this Python was not recognized. Or if you have already installed in your machine Python software, then which version of software is there also, it will clearly display that. So open command prompt and then type Python space hyphen hyphen version. Let me open in my computer. I'm checking just so what version of Python is there. Go to search, type command. So you will be able to see this command prompt and hit in that. Once you click on that, so immediately you'll be able to see this command prompt application. And in this, I recommend to type Python space hyphen hyphen version. It is hyphen, not underscore, okay? So the moment when I hit this enter button, look at this, you notice in my computer already Python installed and the version of the Python is 3.1, 3.5 only, sir, actually. So this is the latest version of Python. And in case you don't have Python software in your computer, you will see this Python was not found or Python was not recognized like that you will get. So please check today once, no problem. And tomorrow anyway, I'll uninstall in the class only so that I can show you the installation steps clearly, how to download it and install it step by step procedure. Okay. So this is the second demo session. So tomorrow is the crucial demo session for all of you. Why? The reason is whatever I explained so far, all the theoretical points, which is important and relevant information before going to launch Python software. And tomorrow, don't miss at least. The reason is why you will get full clarity about Python installation procedure. Once you make setup of Python in your system, then after that, we can start coding part of Python only. So setup is very important. But and also I'm going to disclose in tomorrow session uh, after setup of Python, how many possible ways to write Python code and execute because there are several options are there. Some students are using Notepad, some students are going to use Python ideally, and some students are going to use Visual Studio Code, and some students are going to use PyCharm editor. So we will decide finally in tomorrow's session all the possibilities we will cross verify and which is the best option to practice Python, especially at entry level programming or beginning level programming, which editor is the suitable editor also I will launch in the tomorrow. So I'm kindly requesting you, don't miss tomorrow's session. Otherwise, you will get problem because installation process is going to take place in tomorrow. Okay, no matter whether you join or not, it's not a matter. I said already yesterday demo only, right? So continuously you feel free to attend 4 demo lectures. Then after 4 demo lectures, then you can decide. So continuation is important at least. So then only you will understand what I'm telling you, whether you are understanding my lecture or not, right? So that's what I'm asking you. So still you have in front of you two more demo sessions. You can feel free to attend tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Two demos are over today, including okay, these demo videos also. My backend team will send a YouTube link. You will once you click on that link directly, you will be redirected to YouTube video channel. So there we can watch my first day yesterday what I discussed, and today is videos also there. And two more demos also you can feel free to attend, sir. After 4 demo section overs, then fifth day, if you want to attend, then you must enroll for my course by contacting DurgaSoft. Okay, our team will assist you, don't worry. But I said already, every recorded video will be uploaded to your Google Drive. My video lectures are completely lifetime access. Okay, and all the subjects which I explained so far, Python and Django and the REST API and Flask. Look at this. These are the core Python PDF I'll upload to your mail. Django, Advanced Python, Flask, REST API. All the PDF documentation will be there. So I can upload to your mail ID. So once you complete your demo lectures, I'll receive your mails from DurgaSoft officially. From there onwards, I can start uploading the material. So every day session, how it is going, the recorded video after completion of session, I'll upload into the folder only. So every day you will get the video lectures, whatever we discuss clearly. And once I start logical programming, I used to keep some assignments like exercise programmings. So that's what you will get clarity. So you can improve the logical programming knowledge.
So this is from my side today, which I explained today what is Python, what type of language it is, and why Python exactly, and the history of Python, basic history and version history. In tomorrow's session, we will try to discuss how to download Python software and install step by step, and how many editors are there to work with Python, which editor is the best suitable for beginner level. We will launch that editor and we will continue with the programming. So that's all from my side today. If you have any question, you can feel free to ask me now. I'll wait here for a few more minutes. So you can feel free to ask the question. Or if you are unable to ask the question, at least you can type your question in chat box so that I can read it and I can answer it. Proceed, sir. It's your turn. Any more questions? Who are new to this session, I strongly recommend to watch the video of my yesterday video lecture, which is there in YouTube link. Okay. Fee structure, you can contact DURGASOFT, Mr. Paritos. Anyway, I'm trying to type in the chat box. You can check it. Okay. Only Python course duration is 45 working days to 50 working days. And complete Python full stack development, including Django, REST API, Flask, MySQL, UI basics, everything is 4 months minimum, 4.5 months maximum. Complete full stack development course. Okay. Yes. And every day session recorded video will upload to your Google Drive, which is lifetime access. And then uh, Monday to Saturday classes will be happen regularly. Only Sunday is the holiday. No session will be there on Sundays. And the timing also I said right yesterday demo only. So for a few days, at least up to 10 days or 2 weeks. So this session is going to be continue with 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. After 10 days or 2 weeks, immediately the session timing will be 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. This is the official time. Yes. Already material and videos will be provided completely, no problem. What concepts? Basics of UI. I said in the demo lecture, only basics of UI and MySQL, how much is required for Django development. All the topics will be covered. Course duration is for full stack is 4 months, I said, right? 4 months minimum, 4.5 months it will go sometimes. Yes. Please collect the content. So course content so that you will get clarity. Daily from 1 hour for 1 hour from my side. I said for initial days like 1 week, 10 days maximum. The 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. will be session, and once after few days, then it will be shift into 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Daily on hour session completely. Okay. Yes. So thanks for attending the session. I request you to continue 2 more demo lectures so that for more clarity. And tomorrow is the important session for installation procedure and everything will take care. And you have 2 more demos to attend. You can feel free to use the same link at same time, 3 p.m. So have a nice time. See you tomorrow. Yeah, one more message. Yeah, fine.